Coming to bed, honey? Coming to bed, honey? Sometimes I'm just like, is it better to, be asleep?
That was so accurate. That is so accurate. What's going on in everybody's lives that go to a 9 to 5 and, live life just over and over again in a loop. Grand Rising. So today I'm going to react to this video. And it's about people are waking up from the Matrix. And these are people talking about they're waking up from the Matrix on TikTok. I'm on this YouTube channel from this person. Her name is Realkiya. So I'm going to be reacting to her video. So let's get into it.
So y'all remember the last video, right? So there's a theory going around that Americans are experiencing zoochosis.
Why is everything so boring right now? Like, I am so bored with everything.
People have been saying that it feels like the world that we once knew just vanished.
Everything just feels empty.
As you can see, the zoochosis theory is running around the collective right now. And now people are realizing that the artificial environment, the matrix simulation that has been created to cause a veil over their eyes, is becoming thinner, and they are feeling no feelings towards the old world. And now people are talking like this.
Nobody talks about waking up in the matrix and then still having to deal and live inside the matrix while believing and knowing that all of it is fake.
How do y'all deal with waking up knowing that all of this is fake? This is a game, but still have to participate in the game.
Why the human brain and like that have mechanisms to put in place to protect you from shock and shit like that, because it's...
Let me tell you guys what's happening. It's something like a spiritual awakening. These people are waking up from the Matrix. These are glitches that's happening in the Matrix. And the reason why it's happening at this time in 2025, because the number 2025 means, in numerology, you break it down to, if you add all the numbers together, break it down to 9. 9 means completion. That means that something that's old is about to go away and something new is happening. So this is what happened. These people are waking up from the Matrix. Something new is happening. The old system is breaking down. I'm not saying that it's going to completely go away, but it's some glitches that's going on. So they kind of having a spiritual awakening. Let's get back into this.
It's not normal. This is not normal, y'all. Like, this is no way to live, and I don't think as a people, I gotta hit y'all with the politician here. As a people, as a human, I don't think we could continue to live like this. Like, the mass levels of psychosis.
So now that you see that different people are asking, if you know that you are in a matrix, if you know that you are in a simulation that's created from what has been programmed into your being and the frequency of this planet, and you're still required to participate, how do you play the game? How do you turn the captivity into conscious mastery? Because as you can see, there's been an energetic domestication where our organic, humanly, multidimensional consciousness has been slowly redirected into artificial control system. Now, I've done my best to put together a simplification of how you can rewire all of this stuff. Because every time Neo and all the others had to go back into the Matrix, they didn't lose themselves. They stayed grounded in who they are, and they found more of who they are. And this is just the Earth game. Okay, imagine other places. Let's get into it.
Just can't stop crying.
So this is it. This is another symptom of a spiritual awakening. You just start crying out of nowhere. Have that ever happened to you? That happened to me a while back. I just started crying out of nowhere. I didn't know why I was crying, but I just say something is not right. Something is not right in this world. And I just start crying. And after that, I start seeing numbers, sequence of numbers and things start happening because I was having a spiritual awakening and waking up from the Matrix.
I feel like I'm going through an existential crisis. Again, just feel like I'm looking at stuff and I just don't, I feel.
Also, guys, this is a 32-minute long video, so I might not watch the whole thing. I might do 10, 15 minutes of this video, so I'm not going to watch the whole video.
I feel here, but then I don't feel here. Like I'm here. Like I know that this has something to do with my ascension somehow, some way. I don't know. I think it's starting to feel like we're living.
My bad. I don't mean to pause it again. She said it has to do something with her ascension. What she's talking about is this earth right here is ascending. The earth that we're on right now is ascending to a new vibration. Better yet, it's ascending to a different dimension. And these are some of the symptoms. You're going to start crying out of nowhere. You might feel aches and pains. A lot of symptoms you're going to experience when the ascension is, going on this earth. Let's get back into this.
In a matrix. Every day is almost the same. We all share almost the same experiences at some point in our lives. Doesn't matter the age. We all experience something that's similar. I do think we're in a matrix right now. It's just a repeat. Everything just gets repeated every day.
Oh man, this is funny. Y'all need to check this out. Can I skip this? Where's the skip button? Oh, here it is. My bad.
Coming to bed, honey? Coming to bed, honey?
Sometimes I'm just like, is it better to, be asleep?
That was so accurate. That is so accurate. What's going on in everybody's lives that go to a 9 to 5 and, live life just over and over again in a loop.
And not realise the world that we're living in. Like, not realising that we live in a matrix. Because now that I'm awake, I feel so flipping lonely. Like, I feel so lonely. I also feel crazy. Because it's like you question everything. You can't trust the media. You can't trust politicians. You can't trust anything. Like, everything you think is true and everything you believe, you've been conditioned to believe that. You can't connect with people the same way anymore. You don't look at life the same way anymore because you're just like, what is the point of living this life when we're just slaves to the system. We are just slaves. They don't care about us. The high-ups don't care about us. You guys have watched Squid Game and you see how the rich are just laughing at the people who are participating in the games. That's exactly our world. Literally exactly our world. And even when you do wake up and you try and wake other people, they just look at you like you're just a conspiracy theorist. That's just it. And that's what they do all the time. But have you guys not seen that a lot of the things they claim to be conspiracy theories, they're actually real. Like, it's true. Like, for example, back in 2012, 2013 times, they said our phones were being listened to. But we actively know that our phones are being listened to. That's not a lie. But it's just crazy. Like, I feel crazy. I feel alone. I feel like there's just no point because I'm a slave to the system. And there's no way for me to break out of it. I mean, I see people talking about, break away from the matrix. But when you have, what do you do? That's the actual question. What do you do?
You're not a slave. You're not a person that is stuck in it. You didn't wake up just to be stuck. You may use the analogy that you're awake during surgery, but you are actively conscious in the illusion that you've been living in. And now, everything that you've been seeing, everything that's led you here, has brought your consciousness level to the point where you are ready to move forward. And if you desire it, that means it exists.
Yeah, they start training us early to get stuck.
Hey guys, y'all agree with her? You're not a slave. You're not stuck. This is just all illusion. I do believe that. Because I don't feel like I'm a slave. I just feel like that this is all an illusion and I just been programmed, or we all been programmed to act a certain way, to think a certain way. But that program can be changed. That's why I don't feel like a slave. I can change. We all can change.
In this matrix. And what I mean by that, have you noticed the toy sets? The girls, we get kitchen sets, doll babies to learn how to be stay-at-home moms. And the boys, they get fire trucks, police cars, and G.I. Joe sets to let them know they're going to have to go out into the matrix and work. And then they start training us with our time. When we get old enough, we start pre-K or kindergarten all the way up through grade 12. That's training as well to stay on a job between 40 and 60 hours a week. And once we get that job, we become very competitive. And the reason why is because everybody is competing for more pay. And that brings strife in the work environment. Once we get the job that we want, then we go look at buying a vehicle. And sometimes most of us get vehicles that are out of our price range, but we can afford it, but we're not able to save any money because most of our check is either going on that car, and the second thing is a house. When we get that job, we want to go buy a nice house. And sometimes we go over the amount in the pre-qualification letter, and we get a whole lot of house where the mortgage is a large amount, and then we can't save any money that way. So it keeps us in a loop. We're forced to go to work because we have a house and we have a car. And another way they keep us trapped as slaves in this matrix is to bring more slaves into the world. They tell you, oh, when you gotta have that first baby, and you have that first baby. Oh, when are you gonna have that baby, a little brother or little sister? Those are all traps designed to keep us in this matrix without using our critical thinking, so we can't think our way out of this matrix. Everything is set up as part of the design. So once they get us trapped in the matrix, we're living on a daily routine, and we're thinking that it's normal. We're going about our day, everything's okay, it's tight, but we're making it. The kids are getting fed, we're driving to work, coming home, but then they tighten the grip. And you know how they tighten the grip? With inflation. And inflation is causing people to crash out, lose their mind, because those kids that the matrix talked them into having, it's getting harder to feed them, especially during summertime. That car and that car insurance, you're rethinking that car and probably want to get a cash car. And all that house you got, that beautiful house, you're rethinking that house and wanting to sell it or either downgrade or go stay in an apartment. So it's tightening its grip, and that way we become depressed, angry, sad, full of anxiety. And
yeah, what she's talking about is they trying to keep us in a low vibration. So they bring on the inflation. They bring on money is scarce. They use all that to keep us in a low vibration. That's their main goal, to keep us at a low vibration, to experience these low vibration emotions.
it shows up with road rage and domestic violence.
Now this next one is a microcosm because she's talking about a relationship, but think about this in a connection to the matrix, in a connection to the master, this reality, in connection to capitalism.
Y'all, they're with us not because they love us, but because they see the love inside of us and they want to corrupt that love and they want to humble us. So once we get in a relationship with them, they start pushing our boundaries. They start causing arguments almost on a daily basis, trying to make us feel bad. In actuality, they want us to fight back because they're feeding off that energy on a lower level by us fighting back.
Energy harvesting. When you see things happen that's built to insinuate race wars or political irritations, Trump, the government, when you understand that things are set in place to keep your energy in the same vortex as the box you've been in. They want to create a relationship with you where they want your energy. They want you to keep working. They want you to keep having babies. They want you to keep doing everything possible to stay with them. Be in their matrix. Be in their society. Be in their realm.
Make us feel bad. In actuality, they want us to fight back because they're feeding off that energy on a lower level by us fighting.
She's definitely right about that. And those people are energy vampires. You know, they come to drain your energy. And the energy that they're draining is low vibrational frequency. They want to drain that energy from you and keep you in that low vibration.
So once they push us into toxicity, we lose pretty much our divine protection. And they know we are divinely protected because they can tell it's all about the bloodlines. They know who comes from a good bloodline. And most of these people that are doing this, they come from a bad bloodline. And you can tell, you can see people in public that are like this. You see good people with bad people, and you can see that they're bad people, and you're wondering, why is he with her? You can tell that she's not even a good person. You can just feel the energy. Or why is she with him? You can tell he's not a good person. You can feel the energy. I just don't understand, because when he or she met that person pretended to be full of love.
All right, guys, I'm about to end this. If y'all want to see part 2 of this, let me know in the comments. But I just want to say thank you for checking this out. Let me know what you thought about this video and hit that subscribe button. Peace, get woke, and keep rising.